right, welcome to Options Tender. Hope everybody had a wonderful weekend. Um, it looks like we got some shenanigans happening in the aftermarket. I know everybody's gonna point it on the what's happening, the stimulus. I don't pay attention to too much news, so I don't know if they passed it and they're just looking, it wasn't good enough for the market, or if they passed it on to, pushed it through to the next week or a couple days or something. So we'll see. But the technicals speak for a lot of the news anyway. So don't panic. Let's check out the charts. Let's see what's happening. We're going to go through the SPX. We start off our week with the expected move. We'll move on to the ES, check out different time frames, and then we'll go into some requested names. And I got a couple additions on there. So we have a lot of stuff, cool stuff to go through. Let's start with the SPX. So here's the I draw these in by hand. The expected move for the week. If you're not familiar, if you're just getting started, the options market, they price in a certain move that the market is going to have, and so we usually place our trades according to these expected moves. We want to see what the market's doing. So we had a beautiful, efficient market coming up through this last leg up here. I believe we had we're on a wave through. We'll check that out in the ES. But we're riding the 8 MA, touching either the top or the bottom of the expected move, which shows us market efficiency. And then if you're with us on Friday, we noticed that we just didn't touch that top. We just came a little short of the expected move on the top. So that led me to begin to think that we're contracting. And I know this is a holiday week, so you see how the lines are getting tighter. Well, contraction leads to expansion, and efficiency leads to inefficiency. And I think you'll notice that if you haven't looked at the futures market yet. So let's figure this out. I think we're rolling right around 36.30. I think we're down as much as 35.90 at some point here, and we'll check out those wave charts, but those Elliott waves. But let's go ahead and move on. We are headed to expansion and inefficiency at this point, and let's look to see why. So we're going to go over to the ES. We'll do multiple time frames. Start off with the monthly. Boop. Ooh, I think we're moving a little slow here. Wake up, computer. I need to give my computer some coffee. All right. So we have our Elliott wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and it looks like we're working on wave 5. We're barely eking out a green candle here on this December candle. Really tight range. This, to me, it's looking like it's going to end up being some sort of doji by the end of the month. We still have a little bit over a week, 2 weeks to go here in the holiday. So it's, might be light trading. You want to start putting a little bit more time on your trades out to January or maybe even February if you're a swing trader, out to those instances. But we're working on wave 5. Let's move on to the weekly. Okay, the weekly. We have Elliott wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and working on wave 5 again. Just not quite convinced that this is the end of wave 5. I do believe we're just correcting here. Just so you're aware, we are above the 8 MA on the weekly, and you see our major trend line here, right above there. So we're still holding tight. We still have higher highs and higher lows. We just made a new high. We actually made an overnight high as well as soon as we opened the market. Moving on to the daily. Trend is my friend. Remember that, guys. Don't fight the trend. We put on put protection. If you were with us on Friday, or all last week, I should say, we were getting really close to the end of wave count, and so we started getting a little bit cautious, starting to lighten up our trades, and we added some put protection. So we're going to come out of this hopefully unscathed here. All right, so I did change some counts from Friday. I believe on the daily, I didn't have this bigger time frame count on here, and as you guys know, I'm fairly new, or maybe you didn't know, fairly new at the Elliott wave count. And so we're just adding this new layer onto our studies, and it's really helping out the trading. It's really cool, having a good time with it and improving our trading. So this intermediate count, we have the wave, we had the correction back here, and this brought in a new wave count, 1 down to 2. We were working on 3, and I believe we just ended wave 3 on Friday. And so now we're working on wave 4. So wave 4, you guys, it's a tough way. It's a wave that we have to be patient. We have to see how this plays out. Is it going to be a triangle? Are we going to have an ascending triangle going up to wave 5? Is this just going to be, right now it looks very impulsive. Is this going to be a fast ABC, for a week or two? We'll just have to watch. And we're gonna show you, we're gonna work you through this every single day. We do a video in the morning, and we'll do a recap at night, and then we'll take a weekend time out for a weekend video as well. So we did come past the 20 MA, so we're making that nice correction. We're bouncing pretty hard right now. Here it's about 6:45 in the morning. We may have to come down in the next couple days, 2 days, 3 days maybe, to the 50. Retest the 50. We have our uptrend here, but we are bouncing on support here. So I'm looking at this area for maybe a final ABC count. We're working on A, maybe get a B here, or like a pause candle, and then a C down here. It might all happen today. It might take 3 days. So just stick with us every single day, and we'll work it through. The reason why we were cautious to start was this. The MACD made a bearish cross, so we had to watch. We had to watch price to see if price was going to work this cross off, and make a new MACD cross to the upside. Okay, which it didn't. You see right here. We'll put this here. We tried to make a push through, but we were unable to. So we started moving back to the downside. And that's, an understatement of what's happening with the stimulus and whatever shenanigans is happening. So we spent a little time on the daily chart. Just remember the 50 MA, good support here, and our uptrend line is here. So, our correction might be over here, but I really don't think so. And here's why. Boom, boom. Our 65-minute chart. Go back a couple weeks here. We ended off with a wave 5 here, made a correction. This kind of made a inverse head and shoulder. So we started a new count here. Elliott wave 1 down to 2, 3, and made this sort of megaphone for the 4, and ended off from this was all overnight. Right at the end of the day, I believe Friday just whipped up, and then we finished it off Sunday night here for the wave 5 finish. Okay, so we have this new count that's happening. It's happening quick, all overnight. So unless you're a futures trader, then you're not going to be involved in this, but you can still see what's happening. In order to, do you need to come out and sell, or get out of your positions, add some new positions on right from the beginning of the day, or sit back and watch for a little bit? So our new count, wave 1 on this correction, 2, 3, and right now we're making a huge bounce. So we may have that 4 with a question mark. We're going to make a bounce up to wave 4, maybe a bear flag. We'll put on a retracement, and I believe this is the, let's see here. So from the top, we take our retracement, down to the bottom here where we bounced. And it looks like our retrace, we're bouncing past the 38.2. We might make it up to the 50. It looks like we're going up to maybe the 50% retracement or even higher to the 61.8. And that's when I think we'll make our wave 5 down to lower prices, maybe down this area to test that trend line. So we'll see. We'll have to watch price and engage it off of that. All right, so we want to check out really quick here some trade ideas that were happening over the weekend. So we're going to check these out. VMW. That's old name. I haven't seen this in a while. VMware. Yeah. So VMware is looking spectacular for a long play. This has been basing. The momentum was down for a while, but we're making an inverse head and shoulder. So, I mean, just give some time on this trade, and I think this is a beautiful chart. JD. JD also, we have some weekly momentum is to the downside. Be careful with some of these. We're not quite crossing on the. You don't always have to wait for the cross to happen, but when your weekly momentum on the MACD is down, we kind of want to let these names with the daily MACD down to work it off. So this may be in a range now. We may be creating perhaps a range sideways, similar to, if you've followed us, similar to like a Netflix or a Shop was doing, moving back and forth to work off that downward momentum to make another move up. So that was JD. We're going to UNH, United. Okay, United Health looks great. So this one it made its move up. Looks like we're consolidating into a triangle. These are beautiful plays. I don't mind playing these within the consolidation. I'll use either some what do you call out of the money debit spreads, call spreads, or in and out spreads like we just did over the weekend. We made a video. You can check that out in my YouTube. But when you're on, when you break the trend line that you're wrong. So you have something to play against. When you're wrong. I think that's a defined trade. UNH looking good. Facebook. We did not do good on that last week. We tried. We thought it was time for Facebook to lift, to rise. But we've been wrong in that. So put some time on your trades. That was a weekly. I took a chance. It was kind of like a lotto. Facebook, it's just consolidating, waiting for another move. So again, if you want to go out to January or February on these to be a little bit more conservative, that's all right by me. Target, it's been on another tear. Fortunately, it may have ended its trend for now. We are looking down on the daily, and we're making a cross on the weekly on the MACD. So this one I would just stay away from for a while. We played it for a little bit, but maybe it had its Santa Claus rally, or like it's shopping a little bit early. What are we at? Costco? Costco always moving up. It seems like it never moves down. Now this one I would stay away from as well. It had its rally, it had divergence here. We can draw that in real quick. And it's still on its downward momentum. So I just wouldn't touch those. We're in an uptrend on a bigger time frame on the SPX, SPY, and ES. So I don't usually play too many put plays unless I'm super comfortable with it. So I wouldn't play on the upside for Costco. If anything, I look for some down movements. So CMI, this one as well. This one looks pretty good. It looks like it's almost ready to start making some moves. So we're making a cross on the daily. uptrend. So this one also has a MACD in the weekly that's downward, but looks like we're ready to make that march to the upside. And then if you're a conservative player like me, at this point, if I took this to the upside, yeah, I might do that. It's a good idea. We might be making range here as well. So your conservative play would be play it to the upside to touch or test new highs. All right. One last one, FLGT. Okay, never heard of this company. It's a Gen X company. I took a look at it, and we're moving a trend here, but we're making some sort of ascending triangle. Beautiful. I love these. Again, we want to play like an in-out spread, so you don't have to worry about time or a out-of-money debit or call spread if you're a little bit more familiar with the trading options. But yeah, we're working our way, getting tight here. It may go through this, and depending on what the market's doing, through this main trend line and start using this trend line as, so just don't be uncomfortable if it breaks this trend. It still has this one to break out of for much higher highs. I think this might actually be a wave 5. So we have our main wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'm sorry, I said that totally wrong. 1, 2, 3, and then we're working on 4. That's that big triangle like I was talking about on the ES, that we may do something like this on a wave 4 and then break to the upside. Okay, so we're going to check out some trades I did on Friday. Did a Friday put. Just noticed this one with the trend. We're at the top of the trend. We made a doji candle. So we took a put play in this, couple puts, and we're looking from top of the range to bottom of the range. Now, I won't hold it that long. I'll probably hold it for a certain amount of percentage, maybe 100, 200% gains, because I just want the meat of the trade. I'm not looking for, home runs, base hits, doubles. And last one. Oh no, that was it. That's it, you guys. So very long. We had a lot of things happening. I want you guys to be comfortable with trading these types of markets when we're making quick moves in the after hours and you have positions on. You're just kind of worried. So we don't want to panic. We just want to know where we are when we get to the end of wave counts. We want to be very cautious, and if you have positions, you want to add some protection, and that's what we did right before the weekend. So we're ready to go, and good luck trading today. Please like my stuff, subscribe, and hit the notifications if you want to get notified for the morning, the night, and the weekend updates. So thanks for joining. Sorry so long. We're going to get out of here. And I'm going to add this new music that I had. Have a good day, you guys.